Chalcolithic farming cultures, chapter number 6. Very important. You must be wondering, sometimes you must be thinking that why is so boring topics. Not boring, sir. They are very interesting. They are not boring. They are very interesting. Interesting because you learn the human evolution. Chalcolithic farming cultures. So in the first phase, Stone Age, we saw what was the tool? Stone. Now from stone, the human being comes to metal. Growth in rationalism. The rational aspect of human being grows, and so grows the civilization. One step ahead in human civilization. So you see, even possibly, I don't remember, Noel Harari, I think. What is the name of that man? Noah Harari. He has written the book on this parameter. This parameter. Stone Age, prehistoric man. Copper, Homo sapiens grow. Then bronze. Then iron. Then steel. Then chromium and lithium. And these metals show the growth of human civilization. Stone, crude man, crude, living in valleys, mountains. He had limitations. He was using the stone as axes. He was using stone as tools. He was using stone as implements. He is using stone as weapon. How can he leave mountains? But now, copper. He is living in mountains, hilly areas, plus river banks. The residing space changes, and that is a growth. Bronze Age, urban civilization, Indus Valley civilization. Iron writes the human history, opens the plains, opens the Doab, gives birth to agricultural economy, the foundation of entire economy, and on that foundation the building comes. Iron writes the story of human history. Steel was used at a limited level in pre-modern world, but steel became the mother for the modern world. Iron and steel, coal, iron and steel, cotton. These three became the important pillars of modern world, industrial revolution. And then the development goes on. So this man, Chalcolithic man, was primarily, this culture was primarily a rural culture. Although we find Daimabad and Inamgao reaching up to urban stage, reaching up to urban stage. But they were primarily the rural settlements in which human being was limited to hilly areas and river banks. They also used low grade bronze. Means metallurgy is developing. Metallurgy is developing complete distinction from the ancient man. Complete distinction, complete dividing line from an ancient man. Now, first studying Chalcolithic settlements. Let me show you the map of India. Chalcolithic sites in India. Then we will understand this. Chalcolithic settlements. Marwa culture, Malwa culture, Jorwe culture, Ahar culture, very important cultures. So these Chalcolithic settlements are southeastern Rajasthan, western part of MP, western Maharashtra, eastern India. Let me show you the diagram. See, Daimabad, Nevasa, Inamgaon. Daimabad, Nevasa, Inamgaon, Jorwe culture. Very important part of chalcolithic culture. Very important part. Very important part of chalcolithic culture. Jorwa. See, Western Maharashtra. Daimabad, Nevasa, Inamgaon. Very mature, very developed. Most of the evidences of chalcolithic culture is from here. Then you see Kaitha, Navadatoli, Eran, Malwa culture. Jodhpur, Pura, Ganeshwar, Koldihwa, Chirand, Piglihal, Maski, Brahmagiri, Karnataka, Mehergarh. They all are. Technically, if you read NCERT, it said technically it is pre-Harappan. Technically it is pre-Harappan. But historically it is pre-Harappan and post-Harappan. Some chalcolithic cultures are younger than Indus Valley civilization. I have discussed that topic, Indus Valley civilization. So see, and these are the areas. See, the areas of plain, they are empty, they are free, plain area. Narmada Valley system, Tapi river system, Godavari system, Krishna system, Pravara system, all the systems where hilly areas and river are the meeting ground, that was the face of chalcolithic people. Now, what are the features of these people? Neolithic age and chalcolithic. So we discussed the development from Paleolithic to Mesolithic, Mesolithic to Neolithic, and now Neolithic to chalcolithic. Polished stone tools, most important development of Neolithic phase. Here you see copper tools. See here. See, copper tools, copper. From polished stone tools, now human being reaches to metal. Mainly copper tools, but some low grade bronze also. That means metallurgy is now known to the human being. And if you are able to take out the metal from the earth, that is an achievement. And then you are learning the art of mixing the metal, tin and copper, creating bronze. So very big evidence of the growth in human civilization. Ahar culture is rich in copper tools. Daimabad and Inamgaon is rich in bronze. And this is the first important development. Neolithic agriculture has started, but which crop? The coarse grain, coarse. Kulathi, gram, bajra, coarse grain. Human being comes to know about coarse grain, tough. But here you see the development. Wheat, rice, bajra is there. Wheat, rice, pulses, lentils, pulses. But the biggest thing of this period is cotton. Apart from wheat and rice, the biggest thing which is known is cotton. Now what you have to do? You have to take out the sites, evidential sites for all these things. That you have to do as a homework. That you don't say to me, please write down this. I am showing you the development graph. Cotton is here. There is no cotton here. Cotton is here. So now human being is not only getting stability in food, human being is also getting stability in clothing. Art and craft, most important pillar of human civilization. The biggest difference between animal world, prehistoric man, and Homo sapiens. This is what is the most important feature of Homo sapien, art and craft. Which art we find? Spindle wheel, spinning wheel, spindle wheel. That means chalcolithic people knew cloth technology. Clothing is getting stability. Metalworking, but obvious, copper and bronze. Beads of semi-precious stone, semi-precious. Precious stone, Indus Valley civilization. Semi-precious, carnelian, steatite, beads. See how the evolution is going on. Ivory work means elephant is known. Elephant. Neolithic, one element is very common. Dog. Elephant is known. Ivory work. And then working on ivory, terracotta figurines, which throw a very important light on the culture of chalcolithic period. Art and craft. Development of art and craft. Then domestication of animals. Camel is known to them. Deer hunting was very common. Deer hunting was very common. Elephant is known to them, and they know the importance of ivory. Neolithic, human being moved towards chalcolithic. The coming of copper takes them one step ahead in human civilization. Apart from these four developments, fifth development, pottery. Pottery. Neolithic people, they knew about pottery, handmade pottery. But now different types of pottery in which black and red ware. And in black and red ware, the most important thing is wheel made pottery. Channels, spouted channels. Sophistication, beginning of sophistication. White linear designs. Art. An artist is a core of human heart. The development in pottery is a formation of development in civilization. Plus, housing pattern. Sixth. Housing pattern. The biggest example is from Inamgaon. 5 rooms house, 4 rectangular rooms, 1 circular room. And this was possibly the house of a chief. Along with this house is a granary. Tax was collected here. Possibly. And then all the round huts were around this house. This was possibly the house of the Chalcolithic chief. The most advanced examples of Chalcolithic culture is visible from Daimabad and Inamgaon. Most advanced. So you see the features of Chalcolithic culture. Copper tools with this evidence of low grade bronze tools. Important development in agriculture. Cotton, production of cotton. Cotton you will not eat. Cotton is for clothing. Cotton. Third development, art and craft. The most important aspect of Homo sapien, art and craft. Art and craft. Fourth, domestication of animals. Apart from dogs, now they are moving to the new animals, camels, elephants, etc. Pottery, the structure of pottery becomes more advanced in comparison to Neolithic, which is handmade pottery, and then housing. So if you are asked in general terms, what is the importance of Chalcolithic period? General terms. If you are asked in general terms, what is the importance of Chalcolithic period, you simply say, human being were established in their basic necessities. Which basic necessity? Food, shelter, and clothing. The most important aspect of chalcolithic period is that basic necessities of human being. The human being is established in his basic necessities: food, shelter, and clothing. So now we discussed the development of human civilization from Paleolithic to Mesolithic to Neolithic and then Chalcolithic. Now, in the absence of literary evidences, it's very difficult to draw about the important aspects of human culture like political history, social history, and religious history. But then in Chalcolithic period, we get some glimpses. In Chalcolithic period, we get some glimpses. We get some glimpses of polity, society, and religion. Glimpses, simply glimpses. For example, if we take houses were made up of wattle and daub technique, hut. What you see the present time hut, which is a common settlement till today. But mud bricks were also used. In Ahal culture, stone buildings were made stone. Houses were made up of stone, that is a Rajasthan area. Still houses are made up of stone. Jalund gives some raw example of burnt bricks. Jalund, but much later. Much later. But if we see that 5-roomed house in Inamgaon, and then the pattern of it: 4 rectangular rooms, 1 round room, 4 rectangular and 1 round. 1 round room in between, in center, granary on the side, possibly for the deposit of taxes. So this gives the glimpse that somewhat beginning of human management would have started, and the powerful person had a separate arrangement. Assumption that possibly the house of a chief of that area. If you see social division, we find the glimpse of social inequalities, and this social inequality is seen in burial practices. Burial practice, Bhashma Kalash, urn, and in that urn, burial was done below the floor of the house. Possibly some afterlife calculation. So burial was done below the floor of the house, and in many urns, there are 2 types of urns. In one urns, along with the physical remains, necklaces have been found, and in other urns, simple pots. In some urns, necklaces around the neck of the children's, remaining simple pots, and this shows the social distinction. Pottery type, black and red ware. Black and red ware, that designed pottery is with spouted channels, would have been used by the affluent class. Then we get the glimpse of religion, Female figurines, female terracotta figurines. Female terracotta figurines. Female terracotta figurines throws the light on the concept of mother goddesses, which is a very important part of Indian culture. Female, presence of female terracotta figurines plus terracotta bull. So we get a glimpse of some cultural traits of chalcolithic period. Fine. Now come to the next heading, importance of chalcolithic phase. Importance of chalcolithic phase. Next heading, importance of chalcolithic phase. Some important sites, you should note down some important sites here only. Some important sites of chalcolithic period. Inamgaon, mainly famous for settlement. Daimabad, bronze goods. Navadatoli, cereals, all types of cereals. Ahar, copper objects. Copper objects, copper. Importance of chalcolithic phase. Very simple heading. I have already discussed, but then importance of chalcolithic phase. Beginning of rural settlement. This I have discussed. Beginning of rural settlement. Rural, from hill areas, rock shelters to caves to huts, rural settlements, bastiyan. See the growth. Microliths are used with metal tools, copper and bronze. Pottery in a developing phase, which is now used for eating, cooking, drinking, keeping, storage. Pottery in a developing phase. So rural settlement, improvement in tools and implements. Apart from microliths, you see metal tools. Then cereals. Improvement in the production of cereals. Improvement in the production of cereals, and for the first time you see cash crop, cotton. Fortification. That means, as per human tendency, wars have started. Fortification. Concept of property would have started. So fortification for what? Protection. Plus, technically it belongs to pre-Harappan culture, but it is precursor and also the remnant of Indus Valley civilization. Precursor and the remnant of Indus Valley civilization. In short, we can say, as I have said earlier, that the basic human needs have been settled: food, shelter, and clothing. That is the most important aspect of Chalcolithic period.